Namaskar and welcome to Amrapali Magazine's Friday at 9 with Pranaame Bhagawati. And tonight, as usual, we have another very talented artistic personality. And every Friday, we come with such people to introduce their way of life, their ambition, their initiative in their life they've taken to inspire the upcoming talents. Tonight, we have Mr. Shoolbhrit Darshan with us, who is a spiritual singer and a composer. Shoolbhrit, welcome to Friday at 9.
Thank you. Namaste.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, and I'm really looking forward to amazing chat session with you. And thank you so much
Thank you.
for this
Thank you
wonderful
so much.
session.
Thank you.
Yes, yes,
And this is the second season of Friday at 9. And uh,
yes,
Shulbit,
yes.
I leave the screen to you. Just introduce yourself, please.
Yes. Okay, okay, fine. I'm Shoolbhrit Darshan. I'm basically a spiritual singer and composer. I have been composing spiritual songs since 2011. And through spiritual songs, I want to convey my feelings to the audience. And I always had a spiritual bent of mind, and was very inspired by all the spiritual leaders like Swami Vivekanand, Srila Prabhupada, and Shankar Deva Prasad, and such wonderful spiritual figures of our great nation. So ever since a child, I had this thought in my mind: who am I? Why am I here? And I always had a very mystical approach towards life.
Okay.
Helped me
And
composing such songs, and I have also done a couple of events, and I'm connected with different spiritual organizations all across the country. And I just want to I just want to try to change the society through my works. It's very important
mhm.
to try to change the society through his or her art form, and that is my attempt. That is what my mission in life. That's what I think, and
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this session. And I'm again thankful to you so that I
Thank
can
you.
share my views with the
And
audience and they would
yes,
come
yes,
to
of
know about
course.
me.
Yes, and like this is very for the first
Yes.
time. Let me be very honest that somebody who is in the music industry and who specifically says that he is a spiritual singer. Okay, and you already said that you have been inspired by great spiritual leaders, and but
Yes, yes.
how it happened to you because you started learning singing in various genres, but ultimately being at this, you're
Yes,
not
yes.
at the age that you have to really look forward to the spiritualism, but you are very young and still you are connected to the spirituality. What made you inclined that you must continue being a spiritual singer?
um I mean, I think uh, I think it's gifted in a sense. The way I think and perceive the world, I've always thought that singing or music is music is something I always wanted to do since I was a child, and I always had singing abilities, and I could sing, and I also learned classical music, but I left it in the middle. I learned it for some years, but while growing up, I connected with various spiritual organizations, ISKCON, Brahma Kumari, and such organizations. And I thought, why not compose songs to convey such thoughts, spiritual thoughts? And it can give me an outlet. It's a way to express my views. And due to my interaction with different spiritual organizations and also some international people, international artists from other parts of the world, from different parts of the world,
Okay.
they would come to holy places like Rishikesh, Vrindavan, Banaras, and I'm connected with them, and they influenced me a lot. And I thought that I think I should compose such songs, and it gives me a lot of happiness, and it gives me a lot of satisfaction,
Yeah.
and I feel that I think everybody, because we live in a spiritual land. India is a spiritual country, and it's a spiritual divine land. So I feel that it is my. I feel that through my music, I can at least express my views and try to change the way people think. And through music, we can also create peace in the society. Most of my songs are basically, and I'm also a nature lover. I'm always connected with nature. So most of my songs talk about nature, Mother Earth, and the transient nature of this earthly life. And I also read a lot of spiritual books like Bhagavad Gita. It's one of my favorite books, and most some of my songs are also inspired by Bhagavad Gita. And so I feel that it's basically an innate quality, I think, and the way I think, the way I perceive, that's what comes across my songs, because I think every artist expresses his or her views through
Yes.
his or her creative works. So this is something I have been doing, and this is my genre. And I think I want people to know me as a spiritual singer composer in the future, and and it's wonderful to connect with the audience, and it gives me a lot of happiness to my soul, because I feel that we are all spiritual beings with a temporary existence on the planet, and
Yes.
so till the time we are alive, we should make people happy through our works. That's what I think,
Yes.
and it gives me a lot of happiness to interact with people.
Yes.
And I'm
So
in my
like
30s now,
when
so I'm not very young.
yeah, no, like having connection with spiritualism is somewhat, it's very essential nowadays. And likewise, I have got some comments here also. Let me just show a few. Mr. Debashis Patnaik, he says that in today's world of insanity, we need more people like you to have some balance in our
Okay,
Bharat.
thank you so
So
much.
he really appreciates your
Symbols
work
in our
and he's in
Bharat. Yes.
support of you, and very truly also we need the spiritualism. I'm not talking about the religious aspect, but yes, spiritualism in your
Not
mind, in
religious,
your
not religious.
yes, like in your mental stability, or how you deal with people, being not being rude or not being
Yes.
selfish. These things are an essential part of
True, true,
essential
true,
learning
true.
part of
Yes.
today's time. And just
Mm,
tell me,
mm.
because you have been doing many projects as such, in within India
Yes,
also.
yes, yes,
And you have, as far as I
yeah.
know, that I think you have got some foreign assignments as well. So I'd like to know about that.
Yes, yes, I have. I have. Yes. I'm
Yeah.
planning to
So
do
can you
some
just tell
my
me about
music
that?
albums with some music producers from Europe.
Mhm.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So basically, I have composed around I mean 50 songs on various topics, and I'm connected with some wonderful classical musicians. At the same time, international artists who are into spirituality, and they love India, and
Okay.
I'll be working with them. For them, India is basically a spiritual land. So they come to India, they spend their time in Vrindavan, Banaras, and all these places.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
connected with such wonderful artists. I'm also connected with Baul musicians and Sufi musicians, because this is connected. It's a very, because Sufi music and Baul music, they are connected, and it's a very metaphor. It can create a
Of your
mystical
higher
energy
self.
through such music.
Yes.
And so this, yeah, higher self, and we can know our higher self. Who are we beyond this body? Because we are basically connected with the body, but we do not think about our soul. But we are also spiritual beings. That soul, that's connection with the soul through music, and that is the reason why I like Baul music and Sufi music a lot. And I'm connected with such artists. So I'm planning a project with a music producer from Europe. He is in Spain now, and I think in a couple of months I'll be able to do it. And due to this pandemic, I am here and I'm not been traveling much. Usually I travel a lot and meet such wonderful people from different parts of the country. But due to the pandemic, I've not been traveling much, and now I have been connected with people online. And so, but I'm looking forward to some amazing projects in the future with such
All the best.
internationally
Yeah,
renowned
and
music producers. And
it is
yes,
really
thank
a
you.
very
And I'm
happy
also very much into
to hear
classical
that.
music. I have a lot of, thank you so much. I have a lot of interest in classical music and dance, but I have never learned it. But I have a lot of interest because classical music, I think classical music has a close connection with spirituality, and that is the reason
Yes.
I am really very interested in Dhrupad music, Thumbri, and I'm connected with such different musicians in Banaras and other places. So
So, like when we come to your music
it's
training, um, do you have a professional training, and most of the time you're self-taught? How it goes, like what's your musical
it
journey
is
of learning
self-taught.
instruments?
I Yes, self-taught, and I never had a professional guru as such, but I have learned classical music when I was a kid. But I don't have a guru as such. It's basically whatever comes in my mind, I write, and I compose. And as I told you, most of my songs are very spiritual in nature. And mm, so I think if I, in order to um, understand nature, understand our existence, I think it's very important for us to look inside, within ourselves, and and I feel through music we can also control our like our defilements. We have so many weaknesses like anger and all, and so some of my songs. So through music, through songs, I think we can do that. And whenever I perform, I have done a couple of events. I make sure that whoever attends my event, he becomes a different person. I mean, once. So that is also my one, my mission. I mean, my intention of doing some such events. And
Very nice. Shulbhrit, right now you are in Guwahati, and you are
yes,
actually
I'm
basically you're actually from Guwahati, but you are based in Bombay, and it's been
yes, I'm
quite
on
more than
Guwahati.
a decade that you have been
Yes,
in Bombay. So tell us about your connection in Mumbai. How did you go
yeah.
there? How did you establish over a decade there?
Mumbai, basically, I had an interest. I had my family friends there. I loved the city, so I wanted to go there to be a part of the Mumbai-based film industry. And but I was not able to adjust myself in that environment because due to my spiritual bent of mind, it was difficult for me to, yeah, difficult for me to adjust in such an environment. I'm not a commercial-minded person. I'll be very honest with you about that. I'm very spiritual there. So, but Mumbai is a wonderful city. I've been living there, but I'm connected with classical musicians and people from different classical organizations in Mumbai. I'm not connected with people from the film industry as such, but mainly I'm connected with classical musicians and people who are into the kind of stuff I am doing. But I'm not into. But I was very much interested to be a part of the film industry, and I thought that it's important to have my own identity as a
Yes, yes.
spiritual singer and composer, and so I right now I don't have any such interest to be a part of the industry as such.
Okay. We have some very interesting comments out here.
I just want to be an
Uh,
independent
okay.
musician and a singer, a composer,
That's
spiritual.
good. Now let me tell you, just over here, we have a very interesting comment coming up from Ramachandra Naredla. He asked you that when we talk about
Okay,
the nature, how would you put the spirituality?
how to put spirituality? Okay, okay.
So when you talk about
I mean,
nature, what
what
first
I
thing
think,
comes to
and
your mind?
nature can teach us a lot.
Mm.
How would you put the spirituality? And I did not get the
Yeah, like
entire
he's
question.
asking that
It's,
when
and
when
how
you
will you
say that
connect
you're inspired
spirituality
by
with nature? I think.
yes,
Uh,
yes, that is it.
how can you connect spirituality with nature? Okay, that is a.
Yes,
I think
yes,
nature can teach us a lot. I feel nature treats every human being equally. For nature, and ever since I was a child, even I have this nature. I treat everyone, I respect everyone equally, irrespective of status or stature or whatever. So, nature can be a great teacher. And I have been a nature lover, and I have been traveling, and I love to travel all through these places, the mountains, and all such hilly areas. And it can also make you very spiritual. Once we connect with nature, we feel that we are so small in that, just in universe. We're just a speck. That's where we feel when we are in nature, and it can make us a very good human being, and can make us spiritual. So I sometimes I feel like living close to nature, and you don't get that in city life, but I feel like living close to nature. And I have composed a couple of songs on nature, and in one song I have described the relationship between music and nature. It's in Hindi, and in another song I have described the creator as the greatest artist. Creator who created this mysterious world and the universe is the greatest artist. So and he's and there are songs, and I have been always a nature lover, and I feel nature can be as I say the nature can be a great teacher, and we need to stay close to nature and not destroy it. So in some of my songs, I also composed one song where I say that we should not destroy nature because without nature we cannot exist. Nature can exist without us, but without us, but we cannot exist without nature, without Prakriti. So
Very true.
Prakriti is our mother. She's mother. So
So we have
I think it can
viewers
make
who
us a
loves
lot,
to
can make
listen
us
to you.
spiritual.
He says that he would love to hear some of your compositions. Can you just,
Some of my compositions. Okay, okay. This is basically I composed this song in 2011. It
Okay.
describes the relationship between music and nature,
Uh-huh.
and I shall sing few lines in Hindi.
Very nice. Yeah.
वायु के चलने से ऐसा प्रतीत होता है कि जैसे मेरा मन प्रेम गीत गाता है प्रातः काल में जब पक्षी चहकते नृत्य करने का मन करे मेघ गरज के जब हमें आश्चर्यचकित कर दे वायु के चलने से ऐसा प्रतीत होता है कि जैसे मेरा मन प्रेम गीत गाता है बारिश की बूंदे जब धरती माँ को प्रेरित करती संगीत समारोह में सदा भाग लेती प्रकृति वायु के चलने से ऐसा प्रतीत होता है कि जैसे मेरा मन प्रेम गीत गाता है
Very nice. Thank you. We have Kashish Patwari commenting that because you said about the bowl singing, he says that to immerse more in bowl music, you have to visit
yes
the Joydev Mela that's in the West Bengal in the Dubrajpur. So he says it's very this Joydev Mela is very spiritual. Have you been
so spiritual
connected to West Bengal? Have you been visiting there and have you done any such
yes I
collaboration
love
with
to
Bengal?
it's a wonderful state
Hmm. And what about
and
the
I
Bowl
am
music?
connected with some call musicians.
Yes, have you done any collaboration with
Hmm?
them? Have you done any collaboration with them, the Bowl
I
singers?
have not done, unfortunately, not yet, but I'm looking forward to do some great collaboration with them. And I'm also thinking that if I can collaborate with some classical artists like classical dancers like you in the future, so that my songs we can perform. And I'm having those thoughts in my mind right now.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. Let's hope for
Great.
the best. Now, for how long you are
Let's
here
hope.
in Guwahati?
I will be here this year most probably. I'm here till the time this pandemic because the pandemic is still there. So I think I'll be here, and I really to be honest I like the city now. I like the city because I am also connected with some spiritual organizations here in Guwahati as well. And great people,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think it's a great city. Guwahati is a great city. It's a big city, right? And I like this
Mm-hmm.
place. So I am here till, and I think I will keep shuttling between. I don't. If I have some work, I'll be going to Mumbai. I think I'll be here for a long time now in Guwahati. And I have a project. I wrote a film project also, a spiritual film project. It will be like a docudrama based in Banaras. So if so I'll be going to Banaras and the shooting starts over there. Right now, I'm here in Guwahati.
Okay, okay. Now, in the comments section, Mr. Ramachandra, he has asked you that because after the song that you have just rendered now, it's all about the natural elements. So
Yes,
he asked that have you
yes.
been in touch with the Panchabhutas because after listening to your song, because I know Mr. Ramachandra very well. He is into the philosophical side of the culture and tradition, and he's
Okay,
working
okay,
on some very specific
okay,
topics.
okay, okay.
So after listening to your song, he asked you like um, that you have been touching upon the various aspects of the Panchabhutas and the Panchakoshas, and he also
No,
tried to
not
ask,
not. Okay.
okay, that are you doing any such amalgamation with the Rabindra Sangeet?
Yes, yes. I think I have to read about that. I have, but the thing is, whatever comes in my mind, I compose. And Robindra Sangeet is basically I have not heard much of Robindra Sangeet, but I am very looking forward. I would love to hear. And he is a wonderful. He is the greatest. So we cannot say anything about
And
it. But I
like
feel that
as you are like going ahead with your musical career and your field, it's more of a contemporary time, more of a contemporary
yes,
generation. Like you want
yes,
to make them understand the depth of spiritualism, and
yes. I
because
mean, especially the
now
young generation, it's very
yes,
important for
nowadays
them
music has turned out to
to.
be very short, um, without any lyrical sense, or maybe very short termed,
Yes, yes, we don't need lyrics. We don't need depth.
meaning.
Yes,
Yes,
but need
yes,
depth.
yes.
True.
Yeah. So,
And I
Mr.
just want
We
the
have
youth of the nation to connect.
yes, Mr. Dave Lawrence. He has just mentioned here in the comment that you spoke of modern pop culture, Bollywood, Hollywood. There has been a serious decline in the morality of pop culture. Do you believe we will see a spiritual revival at some point where people are craving more music from a spiritual culture than this toxic pop culture of glorifying drugs, alcohol, and sex? How do you believe we can promote higher forms of morality to the youth through spiritual music? This is a very good question he has put into, because right now that
It's a
I
very
see the
wonderful question.
modern
Thank you for
songs,
asking this question.
yes, yes, it's very meaningful question that Mr. Dave Lawrence has asked. Now, the thing is that when I told you that
Yes,
nowadays it's the lyrics are very meaningless. There are songs that are very short termed,
very, very
without any music, without any sense of compositional thing, either Western or Eastern, but that just go on with a basic beat and just keep on those are really like a club culture of type of a thing. But these cannot be a
tribe
part of a
culture.
culture
Yes,
that should go on. That is the reason why
true.
he
That is true because it
is
can.
constantly asking you about the involvement of the spiritualism in most of the songs,
Mhm. I agree,
right?
and thank you for asking this question because it's very important for youth to understand and not get into such kind of
His last question is
culture
very
where they would.
specific. He asked that how do you believe we can promote higher forms of morality to the youth through spiritual music? Because if today's generation keep on listening to those music that are short term, without music, loud, without any lyrics,
Yes, yes, yes,
to
yes.
them, how do you
Very
think
loud.
inculcate the sense of spiritualism in today's youth? What would be your effort in doing so?
Yes, yes. Basically, the thing is that I want to connect with such youth who have no idea about spirituality, and they feel that this is life. This is something very cool, glorifying drugs and this pop culture and everything. So in order to connect the youth, some of my songs have a very modern tone also, and most some of my songs are quite semi-spiritual, semi-classical. But I think if I can have some catchy tunes where I can connect the youth, but the lyrics are very spiritual. Lyrics have depth. It has deep meaning. I mean, the lyrics can have deep meaning, but the tone, the composition can be very modern. So I have few such songs where I can I'm trying to attract the youth so that they connect with the music and the beats. But there is also a bigger purpose. And once they like the music, the beats and the sounds of the songs, then they can at least sing the song, sing the lyrics, and understand what it's all about. And we can have once. I mean, I am also planning to interact with the audience in such a way. Once my events in during my events, I can ask questions to the youth what they think about themselves and about spirituality, so that they feel that it's very important for them to contribute something to the society and not waste their life in such such shallow things. That's what I would say, and such shallow and superficial things, because I have never been into it, and I want the youth, and it can help the country. It can also help in eradicating violence and so many things from the society, and it can also help in giving us a lot of peace in mind and get rid of our. We can also get rid of our weaknesses. So,
Mhm.
but I feel that in order to connect the youth, the music should be very. Some of my songs, the music be very catchy so that they can get attracted and listen to the music.
Yeah,
And but
yeah.
they should also feel that okay, these songs are different, because mainly I give a lot of emphasis on the lyrics. Give a lot of emphasis on the lyrics, and so yeah, I
I
write my
think
own
one
songs and I give a
very
lot of
important
emphasis
thing
on
is also there that undoubtedly we want to promote music, we want to promote culture, but in a very good sense, like you said, you are promoting spiritualism through music.
yes,
So
yes,
we also have to be very particular that the new generation, when they take up music as a career, there should be ample of opportunity for them to for their sustainability, for their so that they can take up as a
yes.
profession. Because if they cannot earn money, because ultimately paying bills,
Earn money, that is very
your
important.
cable
Yes.
bill, everything will come, paying rent or paying emis, whatever will come, it all gets to the downline of the
Mm.
financial thing. So if they cannot earn money through this concept, then
Yes.
they will always have an option to divert themselves and go to a pop culture, because that's a very short term thing. And
True,
also
true, true, true. Yes,
because
yes, yes.
95% people, they will understand a short version of a thing. It's a quick come and going thing, and nobody has a time to retain themselves or seek the spiritual aspect. So they should always have another side of this thing, that so that they can earn and they can go ahead with this thing. So in that point of view, what do you
Yeah.
suggest them?
Um, what I suggest basically that, and I'll be very honest with you, this is the main reason why I am in my Guwahati now, because Mumbai is a very expensive city, and I wanted to and that is the reason I felt that in Guwahati I can at least stay and be focused on my music and connect with the audience, and I don't have to think about paying rent and all. But I feel that I think the government should encourage such artists and should at least give some monetary benefits to such artists in order to motivate them to do something in this field, because money, otherwise this money is the most important. It's like a ladder kind of thing, that if you don't earn enough, and they will go to some other sort of kind of music where there is more money. So I think the government can do a lot of then the government can help. And I am also thinking about connecting with the government, and I just want to make a project so that youngsters who are interested in spirituality or classical music, or want to do something or make a career, the government should at least give them some scope and some, so that they can do something very positive for the society. Otherwise, I have also seen a lot of depression also in this field among artists, because they've not been
Like
able to do what they wanted to do
there
due to
are
this.
many possibilities from the government, and like sponsoring an event or giving grant. So these things are already there.
Yes,
Suppose now the thing is that you availed, because every time, all the time, you cannot avail those things. You avail to an extent, and then it
yes,
becomes
yes.
that individuals turn to do something and keep earning. So what options they will be having to go ahead without anybody's else's support, you know
Self
because throughout
support.
their life they cannot be dependent upon the government. So when they are
They
on their
cannot,
own
yes,
ground,
depend on this.
so yeah, so what options do you give to them? So these are the options that they should go ahead and they should keep on trying, because art is all the time is like a business. You have to keep flip and turn all the time with the thing that passes by. It could be environment, it could be
Yes,
an ambience, it could be a city, it could be whatever people are around you. You have to keep on molding with twists and turns. Our art and business is it's like that. So what options do you give to them
mm.
apart from the because there are already government grants that they promote, but all the time they cannot promote
There are grants, there
the
are.
there are so many artists. So when we come to one individual, So that individual, if you can just suggest some things to them.
Uh, I think if a person has some other skill besides music, so can he or she can use that skill in order to earn money. Until the time they have sufficient amount of money, they can completely and they can devote themselves or they can concentrate on their music. That is what I feel, because it's important for some to have a good education and then also earn money in order to sustain themselves. Otherwise it's very difficult. But I know that some of these artist people cannot concentrate on some other work, but it's very important for people to have any other skill so that they can continue with their passion and at the same time not think much about earning money. Otherwise, that is what I can give. That's my suggestion, and that is how I have also done in my life. I have been doing some jobs, and at the same time, I did my music in order
Yes,
to, and I saved money, and now that is the reason I think now I can concentrate on my music 100%. That's what I have. I have been involved in different other fields also. Even though if I was not happy with it, but I still I because I had to do it in Mumbai.
yes,
So, but I was my passion was into spiritual music and dance. So right now, at least I have some amount of money with which I can sustain myself and also
very true.
work with
Yes.
some other
That is
uh,
actually with
great
most of the
people.
artists, it's like that. Because you have to catch hold of something for sustainability and then keep on practicing, because your heart and soul is always there on the other end of the art.
Yes,
So you know,
yes, yes,
and when
yes.
you reach to a level, then you can think upon leaving your
Mm.
current job or
Then
whatever
you
work.
can, yes, yes.
Then you can concentrate upon that, and
Most of
there
my
is also
savings I have saved.
that,
I have saved money.
huh?
Mm. That's the reason I
And
have
then
saved money because I know I
yes,
have money in order
again
to
what will
promote
happen
my
is,
works. So
yes, when you come 100% to your art field, again it's the same thing that I said. Throughout you have to go through the twist
mm,
and turn, flip and turn. You have to keep on molding, because that is the
yes,
artistic
right,
life,
right,
and
right,
that is
right,
why
right.
people say that artists are different, because your passion, your heart is there, and you can't just stay without it. So you have to keep and mold,
Yes,
keep and turn
yes, yes.
the environment and keep it sustained. So that is how it actually goes.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes, yes,
have
yes. And it's very
Ramachandra
difficult sometimes.
in a comment that he says that in today's world there is serious decline in human consciousness and subconsciousness. I have heard many of Dikshitar from South India and certain songs from Assamese of Bhupen Hazarika. However, is there any plan to work on these pointers in your future projects, sir? I have had spoken on this in my YouTube
Please don't say
videos
sir
as
to me.
well. Today's generation is blindfolded with the sense of spirituality. He's asking that, like the musical stalwarts like Dr. Bhupen Hazarika from Assam, and there are many others in the South India as well. So, likewise, you said that you are collaborating and trying to, incorporate such elements into your song. So that is why
Yes,
he
yes.
asking that, are you also, amalgamating legendary people's musical collections and want to do something on that?
Um, Basically, yes, I have also composed some of my songs on humanity and the destruction of society, and there are some songs on such topics as well. And I think yes, I can take some elements from their creative, their creations, and then I can incorporate them in my songs. And I think yes, it is, and mostly I'm basically yeah, I'm basically what I compose, whatever comes to my mind, that's what I compose. And the way I perceive the world, I see a lot of violence in the society. I see so much of greed and all that in the society. I think why can't live happily? Why can't we, peacefully with one another and not fight over insignificant and trivial issues? So some of my songs are on such topics. On Manavta also, I wrote a song, the Manav, and other topics such. So I have basically, yes, I just want people to understand that whatever we are doing is basically not going to help us in any way. And India, we are born in a wonderful country, nation like Bharat. It's a spiritual land. We can learn so much from Bharat, from this place, from this land. And it's a land of great mystics and spiritual gurus, as we all know. So once we understand Bharat, once we understand where we have come from, and once there'll be unity among everyone, at least in our country, I think we can solve all the issues. It's very difficult. I'm not saying that it's easy. It's very difficult, but I feel we should try. I think as artists should try to change and to make people understand that we are born in a very special, gifted land like Bharat, and we can learn so much. And
Actually, Mr. Devashish
that is the
Patnaik
reason
says at
I
the
always
very
go to these
end,
like Banaras, Vrindavan.
he says that yes, Dave
Yes,
Lawrence is very much correct in calling it toxic about the pop culture we were talking about. Then this toxicity is being injected deliberately in our society for quite some time. Previously, it was carried out, um, but of late there is an eager attempt
rapturously.
to malign our cultural ethos by making this type of toxic pop culture. But now spiritual upsurge is here to grow and get consolidated. It's very true that, like in many of the Bollywood songs, we can hear,
It's a very
you
good
know,
comment. Yes, thank you.
many of the
It's a one
club
very good
culture
comment.
and club songs and such type of things. So that's what he said, that it has been because they have to run their film, or they need to get more TRPs or whatever. So they
Yes,
have the
yes, yes,
item songs or whatever. That is actually in a very cheap way of
yes, 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 yes.
popularizing an Indian culture. And as much as you do, as much as it gets
True.
promoted, as much as you show, that much, or even more than that, people would love to watch. So why not stop that? Because Indian culture is not based
Stop
upon
there. Yes.
such cheap culture. So and nowadays many films have come out that has got really very good script, and we really don't look forward to some cheap item songs and item dances. So if we, on our part, if we take some stand, so definitely if we don't show,
Stand
people
and
will not.
steps.
Yes or no? So if we keep on showing, people will keep
True,
on
true.
watching.
Yes, yes.
So something really
We will keep on
lays on
watching.
some
Yes,
producers
that
or
is
the,
that is important.
people who make films. Yes. So you
There
just tell
should
me
be a very good fine balance.
yes.
There should be a very fine balance between materialism and spiritualism because we live in a very materialistic society. But we need money to sustain ourselves. But I think we should not have so much of greed and all that. That okay, in order to earn so much of money, we are going to pollute the culture. So that is what is happening even in the film industry. That we people run after money, so much of money. Okay, you have money, but when you have so much of greed, then you would not think people usually don't think about polluting the culture or cultural degradation. They think that okay, we have been able to earn money, so it's important for us, so we can do that. But I think they should have also a responsibility. Every artist has a responsibility not to cross the line, and and that is I think and that is the reason I think I was not able to connect with some artists from the film industry. But I think I'm very fortunate enough to be associated with wonderful artists who think like me and are like-minded, and it's wonderful to work with them. Otherwise, it's difficult because there are many people who think that okay, for them, money is the most important thing. Okay, we all need money, but
Yeah.
not at the cost of destroying our own culture and our music and our spirituality. And India is basically Bharat is we have an amazing culture. We show so much to the youth and youth. And I'm also connected with Speak Meki. I have been associated with that organization, and I was very happy the kind of work they've been doing. But I also saw very few getting interested and attending meetings. I was a bit disappointed with that. But I tried to involve more and more people in such meetings, Speak Meki meetings. But I'm really very grateful to Kiran sir for what he is doing for Indian
Yes.
classical music and dance and to promote
Yes.
Indian culture amongst the youth. And
Yes.
they have also supported me a lot in my initiatives. So I'm thankful to them.
Okay, that's good.
But
That's good.
yes,
We
and this
almost
is
have
my
come to
attempt.
the Yes, we almost have come to the end of the episode, but we are still taking one of the comment from Mr. Devashish Patnaik. He says that see change in our education system is the prime requirement to prepare our young minds to be able to understand what we try to drive into them. For majority of them, it's not cool to follow and like what we say. So, in schools also, in education system also, we need to have, you know, uh,
There needs to be change.
mindfulness
Yes, yes,
courses
yes,
or
yes,
meditation courses, or because Indian
yes.
art, culture, dance, music, these are very philosophical, and that is the reason why it's very
Very
spiritual.
philosophical, very philosophical,
Yes. So this
very spiritual.
spiritualism
Yes, very,
needs to
very
be
spiritual,
involved
very deep.
in the education system.
Yes. And this is one of my favorite book. Whenever I have some issues in my life, I always read Bhagavad Gita. I can show you
Uh-huh.
Bhagavad Gita as it is from ISKCON Brahma Swami Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada.
Yes.
And whenever if I face some issues in life or obstacles, I think this is the greatest book for people,
It's
for
a
the youth to
priceless
read.
collection.
And I want
Yes.
everyone to at least read this book. And some of my songs are also based on few slokas of Bhagavad Gita. And so it's my book, and it can teach us a lot. This book is something really wonderful. That's what I'm saying. In India, we have so many gifts, but we don't know that, and we don't see. We are so much attracted to the Western lifestyle, but we don't. It's okay to speak in English, but it's not about it. It's not about completely aping the West and forgetting our roots. That is not right. And uh, and so so that is the reason why through my music, I mean, in a way, it's an attempt. I'm just trying to do it, and this is the beginning, and let's see how far I can go. I have lots of plans
Wish you
ahead,
all the best.
and let's see how far I can go.
Okay, Mr. Shoolbhrit, before we end, um, can you just tell me the meaning of your name because it's so unique, Shoolbhrit. What
Pardon?
does it mean?
Sorry.
What's the meaning of your name?
Shulbrit meaning. Oh, Shulbrit
Yes.
meaning. Oh, thank you. Thanks. Shulbrit is basically one of Lord Shiva's name. It is one who carries the trident. Shoolbrit. Shula plus
Yes.
Shoolbrit. And so it's Lord Shiva's name. And I'm also a huge Shiv bhakt. So if you just allow me, that I can sing two lines of one of my songs I
Very
composed
good. Oh
in
my God,
praise of
very
Lord
nice.
Shiva.
Yes, please. Yes, yes. Please, please.
And I just in that song I just feel like I want to be with him, and I just want to be in his place. Because I'm a huge Shiv bhakt, so I can just sing few two four lines. मुझे आपके गृह तक है पहुँचना, किंतु पता नहीं किस मार्ग से है जाना। मुझे आपके तक है पहुँचना, किंतु पता नहीं किस मार्ग से है जाना। क्या आपके समीप पहुँचना अत्यंत है कठिन, क्यों इस किं कर्तव्य विमूढ़ की स्थिति से संघर्ष रहा हूँ मैं प्रतिदिन। नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय।
Very nice. Thank you so much, Shoolbhrit Darshan. And it was a pleasure having you here with us.
I just
For
sang a
those who
few
have
for
been
the
watching us,
four lines song. It's a long song, but I just sang a few.
no, it's wonderful.
Yes.
It's wonderful. For those who have been watching us, if you want us to feature any of the
And it was a
upcoming artists,
wonderful spiritual session, and
yes, if our viewers want us to
thank you, Pranami
invite
ji. It was
any of
wonderful
the
to have
talented
a great
artists over
connection.
here in the Friday
Thank
at
you.
9, so please log into the link given here, amrapalimagazine.online/book dash online, and you can refer us your preferred and legendary artist, and those who have been upcoming talents too, with their profile and with their email and contact number. We will surely connecting them. And Mr. Shoolbhrit Darshan, thank you so much for coming here at Friday at 9. It was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much.